I've probably mentioned this a few times before in other previous videos that I made, but as like an old school music aficionado, I don't really like to use like digital downloads or and I usually do not like to stream music for a majority of reasons. Like one, you there chances are you will not find the band that you're looking for if you're streaming music. Kind of like how you stream movies on Netflix. Like unlike old traditional video stores back then, they basically they have movies in their they put movies on Netflix and then they just take them off, you know, and that's pretty annoying to me. But I do use my phone a lot, for internet purposes, and especially whenever I'm at like half price books and like when I'm looking through like the clearance section of CDs that they have, and I just usually like get my phone out and like whenever I see like a title of a band that I have never heard of in my life, I just look them up on my phone and like see what see what they are, and if they sound like just halfway decent, that's good enough for me. As long as it's not shitty pop or rap or anything like that. That same thing with like looking up you know old movies that I've never heard of. But anyway, this band is not an exception. This is a band called the Judybats. I've literally never heard of this band in my life until now. See, like in the spring of 2018, which is still this year, a few months ago, let's put it that way, I was look, like I said, I always look through the clearance section before I look at the actual section. And I came across this album among other albums that I bought on the same day. And so this band is kind of like alternative folk type, and they've this particular album, Pain Makes You Beautiful, has had the most airplay. You probably won't hear them as much anymore, except for probably on like alt backspace on Q101 every Sunday morning. That happens from like 10 to 12. And so yeah, and unlike they've had like other albums, but so far from what I heard, this particular album has received the most publicity. And their song "Being Simple" is like their main single on this album. And like I said, I've never heard of this band before, and they, as far as I read on the IMDb or IMBD site, they have not, their songs have like not appeared on like any movie soundtracks or anything like that. The only thing that I read on that site was that they've only been on like talk show or whatnot, and that's basically all I read. But I picked this one up, and this is pretty good. This is a pretty good band, but they have not been around for for years. Like I guess you can say that they have fallen into obscurity like the other bands that I mentioned, but like I said, this is like their most well-known album. They have appeared under Sire Records, which is associated with Warner Brothers Records back then. And yeah, so the Judybats, they're kind of like they're a bit like kind of like the Meat Puppets, and with kind of like it has like a Soul Asylum type feel to it, and this they've like not appeared on like any interviews in like years since they've probably broken up. Like from what I read though, they have been around. They've started in like the early '90s, and they just, like I said, they have like made four other albums, but I guess they just haven't like seen the light of day. Um, like I'll probably be like scrounging through more clearance sections to see if there's any more Judybats albums, because I I listened to this the other day, and I liked I liked what I heard, but I seriously believe that that they should have received more promotion, because since they, like I said, they were under Sire Records, they've that they should have been, but that they should have had like more positive feedback, but I wouldn't say this band is like massively obscure, because like I said, they've made more albums than the one that I'm discussing, but like I said, they should have been like, oh well, there's really not much to explain about this album, since I haven't heard this one until I picked this one up. So, but their song Being Simple, you can see it on their music video is on YouTube, and you can watch it, and but they have other music videos as well, like from their old albums. But like I said, this is the only album that I own, and I would be more than happy if I found anything else from them, either at Half Price Books or Goodwill. But yeah, like I said, they're kind of like Meat Puppets, since they got the folk sound to them, and this band is also they're from Tennessee. So they got like a southern type thing going. And for those of you who are into, Soul Asylum or fucking Collective Soul, stuff like that, I'd check this one out, and just see what you think. And you can look up their songs on YouTube, and I guess that's basically it. The Judybats, Pain Makes You Beautiful. This album was released in 1993, and so if you come across this one for a buck or $2, see, this was $2 when I found it at Half Price Books, but I'd just check it out, see what you think, and add it to your collection. That is, if you still have a collection. But yeah, so Judybats, early '90s alternative rock group, and you probably can't hear from them as much anymore because they've broken up. But that's it. Thanks for watching.